wanted to put out another video. Some stuff has happened. So let me see if I can. Yeah. All right. So this author was pretty cool. She wrote some really good stuff about the empire effectively and the plan, the whole Great Reset type stuff, and I liked reading her stuff. It was quite good. And then out of nowhere, she posts this, and it's just unhinged Zionist stuff. I mean, it's you can go find it. I'm not gonna give it more light than it deserves, but it triggered me being in the largest interaction on Substack I've had thus far. I ended up being the top comment, and I had like 90 likes or something, and many, many replies, lots of links posted to the main one. It ended up forming into a nice little mini essay on Israeli genocide, how they're unabashedly pursuing the death of everyone in Gaza. And so she deleted the comment, and I didn't expect that. So I have no screenshots of the original comment. I made a post of my own. Let me get to it real quick. Just sharing it real quick. A note with links back to here, trying to get some recovery on the comments, and but she deleted it. Was a root comment, right? It wasn't in response to anyone else, so no one is going to have the comment as an email notification. And even if they did, the initial comment was heavily edited to include links for, because at first I thought maybe it was some kind of satire or something, and it ended up not being. And so yeah, there's that. Let me make sure that, okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that the other scene here on OBS had the USB mic working, because I've accidentally made muted videos too many times, and it's hard to, you just have to constantly be staring at the volume, and I can't scoot it over, so I have to constantly move the slider. It's a pain. And that's in a larger context of just tired of things with the world. I mean, oh yeah, Israel attacked Lebanon, like is attacking Lebanon in earnest, and apparently they are focusing on civilian areas at night. That's objectively terrorism. Do they think that will work? I can only assume that the intent is to trigger a larger war in hopes that they can drag America in. And the way people are and the way things go, man, that'll probably work. Because it seems like Americans will do literally anything than spend a month homeless. And of course, I have sympathy for that, but it really depends on what's being asked for me. I would hope, man, just thinking about the moving parts, thinking about potentially dangling citizenship in front of immigrants to get more soldiers, and then the power of the constant lie, and just all the moving parts, and it's very daunting. And I don't know, I guess it's useful for me as a distraction from, the existential risks and inevitabilities of my real life. So I don't know. I just wanted to make a video and cover some stuff, and I guess making these videos is kind of like therapy for me in a way. I know that I'm coming to grips with the fact that my society has totally abandoned me. I'm trying to find a way to move forward with that now that I'm at least in theory able to move, like travel. The whole time I've had Lou, he has been a reason that I couldn't travel. Like I wasn't in a position where I could like get him proper babysitting if I was to go somewhere long term or move even. So what initially started as a grieving process thing, cleaning, has now kind of migrated into a lean into trying to have less stuff, clear trash, maybe assemble a consignment box, general inventory and sorting, you know. Also, I made some attempts to start getting a little bit of exercise in here again, since I've realized that I can't go anywhere really. So I filled up 2 jugs of water, and I'm picking them up and stuff and holding my breath while I do it to try and improve cardiovascular health and hemoglobin, red blood cells, all that stuff. I don't know. Just try to get through every day. I really feel like I don't have anything to work with. I feel like really I've just got the contents of this room to work with. I don't live in a city, even though I do. It's totally like the worst of both worlds. It's like all the isolation and solitude of living out in the woods, and the risk that entails, and yet all of the hassle and oppression and annoyance of living in a city that is constantly, attacking your lawn with a slider or a ruler to see if it's too tall and all this madness. I'm just, I don't know. The family has land that we can't do anything with because, again, city rules and no money. It's just, I don't know. And I'm bored. Like I don't have a game. I'm pretty sure my Poe addiction is completely broken. I've just been playing Supreme Commander a whole bunch, and I'm not super interested in whatever the next league is. I don't have any kind of plan, and that's a first for a new league for me. Like, prior to now, after every league, during every league, I was formulating a plan for next league. I'm always thinking about the next one, and this one was kind of a final effort. And I just can't stand watching all the videos. The guy that they have in charge of it, he's just so insufferably condescending. I mean, he really talks to the camera like he's talking to Roblox players. I mean, it is as if he thinks Poe players average in age in single digits, and it's hard to deal with. I mean, this game is as complicated almost as EVE Online, especially if you include, the third-party tools in the community, and trying to work out the math for how these things work. It really is just as complicated as EVE. So I'd say the average Poe player age for a player that has, say, over 200 hours is going to be 30, at the low end. I'm 44, so... And it's just, I don't know. So I don't have anything to do except TV, which is, ultimately PR. And this whole genocide thing has completely ruined TV for me, man. Like, I can't watch Blacklist anymore. I used to rewatch Blacklist a lot. I liked it because, amazing actors and stuff. But a main character is a Mossad agent. And knowing that all that government that he's working for is doing a genocide, it's like watching a show from the Nazi era. You know, it's like, oh, let's make a show where the SS are the good guys. And that's pretty much, holy shit, that's a lot. That's a huge section of American media. I mean, that's all the propaganda. That's all the action movies, pretty much. That's, you know, Michael Bay with because it's like propaganda. It puts the viewer into things of significance. You know, there's always going to be a law enforcement response or a government response to anything interesting that's happening. So you have to have government characters if you're going to have something large scale and interesting happening. The only way to avoid that is to have like a horror movie where you're stuck in the woods and there is no, you know, outside communication and no larger scale social response. But then I'm just not interested. You know, the only movie I like in that regard is Cabin in the Woods. And I don't know, there's just not a lot for me to watch. You know, I just see too much now. And so I also started trying reading again. I got my Kindle charged again and updated, refreshed, put some books on it and stuff. But I mean, again, it's like reruns, you know. Frank Herbert's gone. I can't read a new Dune book. I can reread a Dune book, but I do forget the day-to-day, you know, like the page-to-page of it, but I don't forget the larger plot, and the larger plot is what I'm always interested in most when I read a new book. The hypotheticals and simulations of it, the thought provocation, that's where it all comes from for me. And I'm just struggling. I'm searching for, you know, meaning and attachment and feeling of something being worth doing. Man, I just can't find it, you know? So, like, I need to apply for a new house, you know, so that I can shower and do laundry and stuff. And, but that means getting a birth certificate, and that means getting a social security card replacement, and that costs money, and that may be phone calls that I can't make. You know, I thought about trying to reapply for disability, but that would be travel that I mean, the reason I never got it before, they're all still valid. Like I successfully applying for disability is effectively a job. And if I could do a job, then I wouldn't need to apply for disability. You know, I can't travel, I can't make phone calls, so I can't apply for disability. And they, in a lovely Kafkaesque twist, conclude that since I can't correctly complete the application process, I must therefore not be disabled. It really should be the other way around. Like, it should be you simply claim it, and then you sign a paper, or it's on the understanding that if it turns out that this was fraudulent, you're going to have to pay it back. You know, just the burden of proof shouldn't be on me to prove that I'm disabled, when the entire point of culture is to take care of people, especially when the Americans with Disabilities Act, for a lot of their standards of counting as disabled for the purposes of that legislation, just amounts to claiming it for that very reason, you know, so that you don't have to be in a catch-22 proving you are before you get the protections. But, you know, it goes back to what I'm always saying about how we don't have a government, we don't have a society, it's a vending machine. Insert those old rants here. If you're a subscriber, you've read them, heard them, whatever. So I just basically keep getting up when I'm super, super fucking bored of everything on this screen. When I can't think of something to do that feels worth doing on the screen, I get up and I clean and I do some exercise, and then I sit back down. And I know that that's like supposed to be the end-all be-all fix for doomerism, you know. It's like, just touch grass, you know, just get fit, you know. Do you even lift, bro? And make your bed and all this other fucking bullshit. And that's not why I'm doing any of it. And it's not going to help. Like, yeah, I might get fit a little, right? But it's not going to cure aging. It's not going to fix the economy. It's not going to end the genocide. It's not going to contribute to a lesser dystopia in any way, shape, or form. It's just a hamster wheel. And it's very depressing. So, but, you know, it's like being in solitary confinement. When you're in a room with nothing to do, you invent shit to do. I guess that's my update